Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Build a House, where we are going to build a reptile house, where we started to build a reptile house in last week's episode. So here you can already see the groundwork that we did in the last episode, where we laid out the whole look of the new building. We do have 8 indoor habitats for giant tortoises, for monitors, for caimans, for alligators and gharials. Right at this point, I don't know if you guys have let me know in the comment section for the last video, for the first episode, which animal we should have here. Do you want to see the Nile monitor or the Galapagos tortoise? Because that was one habitat that I was not quite sure about what animal we are going to have in there, because I thought 3 monitors would be a lot, and I don't know if we want to have that many monitors in here. So with the Asian water monitor and the Komodo dragon, so yeah. If you guys haven't put it in the comment section for the last video, just let me know in this video. Do you want to see the Nile monitor or do you want to see the Galapagos giant tortoise? What we are going to do today is we are going to have the first complete new habitat in here for the Aldabra giant tortoise. Yeah, that's the first habitat that we are going to have in here. There's not going to be any outdoor habitats for this build. As of right now, I don't know if this might change in the future. Outdoor habitats for giant tortoises would make sense, but I think we are going to think about that when we are finished with the inside of the house, and then we can also think about if we are going to have outdoor habitats for the tortoises. But there's not going to be outdoor habitats for the Komodo dragons, for the monitors or for the crocodiles, because I told you guys in the last episode that yeah, in those huge reptile houses, especially in Europe, you don't see any outdoor habitats for the animals. That's just because of the climate here in Europe. It's too cold for the animals to go outside, and the few weeks or months they actually could go outside and have a stroll around in nature, wouldn't make sense to have a complete outdoor habitat that they can only use for, let's be real, 3 or maybe 4 months in the year. So this wouldn't make sense, and that space would better be used for other animals. So no outdoor habitats, maybe for the giant tortoises, but we'll see in the end of this series if we're going to do that, if you guys want to see that. Yeah, and I also told you guys before I started the series that once this building is finished, it's going to be in the workshop so that you guys can use it for your own zoos, if your PC is going to work for that, because there's so many building parts in that already. So one thing for sure will be that it won't be possible to upload it to the workshop as a building, but we have to do it as a habitat because it's going to have too many pieces. Already the groundwork had around 3,800 pieces. Yeah, most of that because we used a lot of the plaster pieces and the concrete pieces for covering up the floors, so that is a huge piece count in here. Maybe I could have done it with a few thousand pieces less, but yeah, it is what it is. But I'm definitely going to upload it to the workshop so you guys can have a look at it or use it for your own zoos once it is finished. Yes, so here you can already see I put in the glass pieces for the habitat. All of the habitats are going to be closed. Yeah, except the habitat in the middle of the building in the center, which is going to be an open habitat for the 2 caiman species that we do have in the game. I think it is the Cuvier's dwarf caiman and the spectacled one. So both of them. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that we do have 2 caiman species in the game, but we only do have the small ones, because there's also a big one or medium-sized one. I think it is the black caiman that is quite big. So I would have appreciated it if we would have the big one in here as well, so that we don't have 2 small crocodilians in here. So the caimans, and let me think about it, we do have 3 big ones. Yeah, of course it makes sense to have the gharial, because it is quite different looking, as well as the alligator and the saltwater crocodile. Makes completely sense, but I would have wished that we would have a medium-sized crocodilian in here as well. So 3 big ones, 2 small ones. Yeah, and I don't think we will get any more of those. So if you're looking for other crocodilians, you definitely have to check out the mods on Nexus to get some of those. Yeah, as I told you guys, I don't think that we will get any more of those. Okay, so let's talk about creating an indoor habitat for the giant tortoises. I wanted to have a water basin in there, which is very common in tortoise habitats, giant tortoise habitats, because they do love the water. For sure, giant tortoises can't swim, but they do love to go into the water to cool themselves down, or to warm themselves up, to regulate the body temperature, and it also stimulates them to take a poop. Yeah? That's what it does. If you have a look at it, I can remember the giant tortoise house in Munich. So the giant tortoises would go into their little pool in the center of the habitat, even with their head down, take a nap in the water, so that I many times thought, oh my god, they would drown in there. Yeah, and they would have poop in there. I don't know, maybe because of the warm water that stimulates them to do that. Yeah. But I also don't want to talk with you guys about that the whole time of this episode, but yeah, there you get it, why I wanted to have a little pool in there to make our turtles poop. Yeah. Okay, so I had a slight problem in here because the terrain was on an awkward level, so that I couldn't have a shallow piece of water in there. So I had to get back to something that Sonja Lalalu told me. She told me that I should try to build a habitat in the size of the pool with the glass barrier pieces. And I did that, and it worked out pretty fine. I had to elevate the pool a little bit upwards, so that I was able to put the water in there. But yeah, in the end it worked. We do have shallow water in there. The turtles don't use it, they can't use it. Yeah, but it looks nice. And we wanted to have something like a realistic indoor habitat, so we needed to have this pool in here. What I'm not going to do in those episodes where we creating those indoor habitats for the animals, I'm not going to decorate the outdoor of the building. That is something that's going to take place in the last video, I think, or in the last few videos, where I'm going to take care about that, but not right now. Now we are focusing solely on the indoor habitats for the animals. And I think we are going around in the building in a circle, so that we are going to do the habitats all around the building, which is going to be the 4 small ones for the monitors and the tortoises, and the 2 huge ones for the alligators and the gharials. Yeah, and focusing on the outdoor in the last few episodes. I'm also going to do some indoor stuff from time to time, putting in some vending machines, some benches, and some decoration and all of that stuff. Within every episode, just a little bit of that, so that in the end everything will come together and it wouldn't be overwhelming to do the whole indoor area at once. Yeah, I was decorating with some of those faux rock pebbles, and wanted to have some planters in there as well. And the funny thing is, I think you might see it in the real-time part at the end of the video. Yeah, we will have some of the tortoises inside the planters, or at least one of them. I didn't know that they could actually walk over those pieces, because it is, yeah, it is quite funny. Because when you think about the bears that we do have in the game, especially the grizzly bear, I think the grizzly is the most prominent who does that. If you have any rocks in your habitat and they are not completely flat on the ground, your bears wouldn't be able to walk over them. So this would kill their traversable area. And so it was quite funny to see that actually a grizzly bear might not be able to step into that planter, but a giant tortoise would be crazy. Really crazy. But that is also why I love this game, because some parts of it are just ridiculous. But I still love it because it is the best, yeah, hands down, it is the best zoo game that is out there. There is nothing, absolutely nothing that you could compare to this game. So yeah, and for that, all that we are complaining about all the time is just peanuts, because in the end it is a great game. It is so much fun, and we are playing this game for what, 5 years now? I think it is 5 years or more than 5 years, and it is still supported by Frontier. We do still get new stuff in here, and we still do have fun, and you guys still do love to watch the videos, and my channel is still growing, so I'm very happy about that, and I enjoy it very much still. Yeah, so putting in some plants in the habitat. As I told you guys in the first episode, we are not going to have any natural ground in there, because I think it would not make sense at all. So everything is going to be man-made and artificial, yeah, I think, so that it looks realistic in the end. And I think I managed this quite well. I had some problems by decorating the walls. Maybe you guys have any ideas what I could do with those concrete walls. I think with the plants all around them it looks pretty nice, but I won't be able to do that all the time and for every single habitat in here. So if you guys have any ideas what I could do with the walls, let me know in the comment section. I was thinking about wallpapers and stuff like that, and yeah, I just don't know. I don't want it to look too cheesy. So we're still going for realism, so don't go too crazy with ridiculous colors or something like that. But if you have any idea how we could do a natural background or a realistic looking background, not natural, we're not going for natural, then let me know in the comment section. I also once more forgot to tell you guys in the beginning of the video to hit the like button, because this is the perfect time for you guys to hit the like button right now to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any further episodes here in Let's Build a House and all of the other stuff that is taking part or taking place on my channel right now. We're going to have many zoo tours, real life zoo tours on the channel quite soon. Right now when you are watching this video, I'm still on vacation in the Netherlands, and today I'm going, or I have been visiting Wildlands in Emmen, which I've never been to, and I'm very excited for that. I think I might have enjoyed it, and I hope I had great weather today. It is weird to talk about that way, because right now when I'm recording the voiceover for this video, I'm sitting at home. It is Monday, June 3rd, and I'm glad that I was able to pre-record all the stuff so that you guys do have videos still when I'm at vacation. But I can't guarantee you guys that there's going to be a new one next Monday, because we are coming back on Saturday. Yeah, we're Saturday, or is it Friday? I have to look it up. Just give me a second, I have to look in my calendar. I think it's the 22nd when we are coming back. Yeah, it's the 22nd, so we're coming back late in the evening on the 22nd, because we're recording a second tour of the zoo in Stuttgart, where we are going to visit the only quokkas outside, no, it's not outside Australia, but outside, no, let me say it that way, where we are going to visit the only quokkas besides, I think it was Japan, that do live outside Australia. So this is a huge thing, and I'm so happy to be able to see them, and as well to record them for you guys so that you can enjoy them on yeah, at least on video. So if you want to see quokkas in real life, you actually have to go to Stuttgart in Germany to visit them, because they opened up a new area last year, which is Terra Australia, I think, or Terra Australis, something like that, where they do have koalas, tree kangaroos, and yeah, and the quokkas. So I'm going to see them, as well as yeah, I hope I pronounce it correctly, Phaneroca. It sounds a little bit funny, but Phaneroca are some animals from Madagascar, some predators as well. All of you guys know the Fusa right now, but the Phaneroca is also carnivore from Madagascar, much smaller than the Fusa, and a very rare animal as well, so you can see it only in a few zoos around Europe, and I don't know if there's any of them in the United States, but yeah, I'm very excited to see them as well. And as I told you, I'm going to record a video and show you guys those amazing animals if I will be able to see them. So I think there's no problem with seeing the quokkas, but there's going to be, yeah, cross your fingers that I will be able to see the Phaneroca. Okay, so back to what we are doing right now. I think I lost the cue once again, what I was talking about. yeah, not quite sure if there's going to be a new video on Monday for Let's Build a House, because that would mean that I would have to record something on Sunday and release it on Monday, or build something on a Monday and release it the same day. And I want to take my time for this. I want to make it look nice and provide you guys with a nice build. So yeah, I don't know if rushing is the right way to go, but you never know. And I also have to do some work on the real tour zoo videos, on the real life zoo tour videos. Oh my god. Speaking gets complicated as we're getting closer to the end of the video. Okay, I was starting to build the roof here as well, because yeah, building roofs for buildings sometimes gets pretty overwhelming, and yeah, let's be completely honest, most of you guys, me included, don't like to build roofs for buildings, because you have only so many options, and it is always a little bit complicated, because when you start to build a building, the only thing that you don't think about is having a roof for your building. That is something that you come up at the end of your building and thinking, oh shoot, what did I do? Why did I not think about the roof? So I wanted to build it right away in the beginning, so that we don't have that many problems in the end of this series where we have to take care of all that. So yeah, I have to be completely honest with you guys once again, because when I was building this, I did it the wrong way. I just put down those wooden beams to have some kind of a nice structure in there, and wanted to have the glass pieces right in between, and yeah, frame them with some metal beams, and without taking care of the size of the glass pieces. So I had to delete it later on and build it completely anew, and didn't record that stuff because I didn't want you guys to have to watch it twice. Yeah, here you can see I also take care of the lighting in this building. That's something that I usually don't do, but in this series I'm trying to make it right. So we do have lots of light in here, so that you could actually go into this building at night and see the animals as well. Yeah, I also forgot to record how I built this door, and I'm very proud about this door because it looks so cool. It is, yeah, not very suitable for giant tortoises because it looks like a high security door for dangerous animals, but yeah, I just like that. Okay, so you can already see that we do have the animals in here already. The giant tortoises moved in, and I wanted to have something outside the habitat as well. So I was using this fountain from the base game, and thought if you sink it into the ground, it looks almost like a bench. So let's make it a bench. So I was using lots of the concrete pieces here and put everything together to make this a nice bench for our guests. And it is also usable because later on I put some of the in-game benches, which our visitors can interact with, right underneath this. So I haven't seen guests sit on it because I don't have guests in the building right now. I didn't want to have guests in here for the meantime when I'm going to build in here, because I thought too many people in here would make the viewing points, would destroy it a little bit, so you can't enjoy the actual habitats with all the guests in here. So yeah, the guests are all stuck at the entrance of this zoo, and we are only going to let them in once this building is finished, and then we will see if our guests actually will use those benches. I think they will, because yeah, as I told you, I just covered the real benches up with the fountain. I also put in the guest barriers all around it, besides where they actually could sit, so that they don't move through the whole build. And yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. I'm also building using the plaster pieces for some planters around the benches, so that we do have some decoration in here as well, some greenery, which makes the whole thing look a little bit nicer. I think we're going to do something like this more often. We are going to have some planters in here as well, especially in those areas around the huge habitats, so that we have something that divides the room a little bit and splits it up, and yeah, that not everything looks too clean and gray, so that we do have a little bit of color in there. So yeah, to make it appear like a little bit of a tropical vibe. So I was deciding to have some of these desert plants in here, because I thought we have a desert-like habitat for the Aldabra Giant Tortoise, so it wouldn't make sense to have a tropical vibe in that planter here. Yeah, and with that we are already finished. Our habitat for the giant tortoises is ready. We do have the bench in here, and yeah, the first animals have moved into our reptile house. I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did so, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so you don't miss out on the next episode, which is going to be on my channel latest in 2 weeks from now, where we are going to build one of the huge habitats. Will it be the alligators? Will it be the gharial? I don't know right now. Let's have a look at it in maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, but then we will see which new animal is going to move into our reptile house. So guys, until then, take care, stay healthy, and see you guys next week or in 2 weeks. Bye!